Good morning, and welcome to episode 85 of Getting Rich. I'm your host, Rich Checkan, president of Asset Strategies International, and today is Wednesday, August 17th, 2022. Took a hiatus last week to take a family vacation, and I'm back well rested and ready to go. Over the past 2 weeks, we saw the markets move up, move down, and move back, and we're about where we started for most of the metals. We'll get to that in a second. The July inflation numbers came out while I was gone, and inflation dropped year on year from 9.1% to 8.5%. I know there's sound bites running around where the president said there's zero inflation and things moved up and things moved down, and in the end everything's the same, and that's not the case, believe me. There is inflation, 8.5% versus July of last year, so it's down, but it is not out at this point. The big news over the past week is the signing of what used to be called the Build Back Better, and now it's the Inflation Reduction Act. And my only question to our politicians is, have we not learned anything? This is supposed to reduce inflation. It's a $430 billion going to green energy, $80 billion going to collecting taxes. I don't see anywhere in there where we're going to reduce inflation. The spending is front-loaded, the benefits will probably never happen, and it's more of the same. Again, for decades from both parties, we're spending money we don't have. I don't think we've learned anything. Over the past 2 weeks, the markets have rebounded a little bit, and so the stocks are in a little bit of a bear market rally right now, and as I mentioned, gold rose and fell. So let's take a look at the precious metals numbers over the past 2 weeks. So gold is today at 1,773.30. That's up about 0.5% from 2 weeks ago at 1762.70. Silver is up about 0.25% at $20.01, and it was $19.96  2 weeks ago. Platinum is up $36 or 4% to $936 an ounce from $900, and palladium is up 4.5% to 2,222. Deuces are wild, from 2,126 a couple weeks ago. With gold slightly outperforming silver over the past 2 weeks, the gold-silver ratio is up slightly to 89.02 from 88.71, and the US dollar index is up slightly. That's the US dollar compared relatively to other major currencies. It's at 106.58, where it was 106.20 a couple weeks ago. I'd like you to take a look tomorrow at the Always Something Interesting alert we're going to send out. We do a little bit of a dig into central bank gold buying and selling habits. The central banks have been net buyers of gold from the last quarter to this, and I think what you'll see in this article is the why is much more important than who is doing the buying, although that's interesting as well. The central banks have the same concerns as you and I about the future of their money, their portfolio. In the case of central banks, it's their cash reserves. And I think it's something you want to pay attention to. So look for that coming out tomorrow, an article on central bank gold. And I'll just reiterate, I mentioned it a couple weeks ago, we've got our third quarter On the Move webinar coming up. That's August 25th, Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern. My host, Adrian Day of Adrian Day Asset Management, my co-host, and myself will be welcoming Tom Dyson, Investment Director for Bonner Private Research. You do not want to miss this webinar. As always, I'd like you to go ahead and subscribe and like us on YouTube. Send us your comments. I want to hear what's on your mind so we can answer them. I bet it's on other people's minds as well, and we'd be able to get that information out to a wide bunch of people when you ask those questions, so please do. Go ahead and subscribe to our newsletters, social media, but don't ever forget that getting rich starts with keeping what's yours.